Why do Amish men proudly grow long beards but completely shave their mustaches? Is it simply a style choice, or does it hold a much deeper meaning rooted in centuries-old traditions, religious convictions, and even silent protests against violence? Their beards aren't just facial hair. They symbolize obedience to God, lifelong commitment to marriage, strict rejection of militarism, and unwavering humility. From Leviticus 19:27 to their peaceful stand against war, every strand tells a powerful story of faith and discipline. But how does this tradition still survive in today's world, obsessed with trends and appearances? Stay with us as we uncover this fascinating Amish tradition. And if you love exploring such hidden cultural stories, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. Whenever people notice an Amish man, the first thing that grabs attention is his long beard with a completely shaved upper lip. This is not some random fashion choice, but a reflection of their deep religious convictions and centuries-old traditions. The Amish follow a strict interpretation of the Old Testament, especially Leviticus 19:27, which warns against shaving the edges of the beard. For them, growing a beard symbolizes obedience, humility, and submission to God's will. Unlike modern grooming trends, their facial hair reflects a deep spiritual discipline. This practice started under their founder Jacob Ammon, who insisted that altering facial hair displayed pride and vanity, traits strictly discouraged in Amish life. The absence of a mustache, however, has a very different origin. Historically, during the 18th and 19th centuries, mustaches were commonly associated with European military men, particularly the British Army, where regulations required soldiers to grow them. Since the Amish are strict pacifists who completely reject violence, warfare, and militarism, they removed the mustache to visually separate themselves from any association with aggression. Even after military facial hair rules faded by 1916, the Amish preserved this distinction, ensuring that their appearance remained a silent but powerful protest against violence and a public commitment to peace. To this day, the shaved upper lip immediately signals their absolute stand against war. Beyond its link to peace, the Amish beard carries deep cultural significance. In Amish communities, a man begins to grow his beard only after marriage. The beard becomes a visual substitute for wedding rings, which are forbidden as they reflect vanity and draw attention. The longer the beard, the longer the marriage. It silently communicates marital status, maturity, and lifelong commitment. Since Amish marriages are permanent, the beard stands as a lifelong testimony to a man's loyalty, responsibility, and role within his family and the wider community, strengthening the fabric of Amish society. It becomes a public display of personal devotion without seeking individual recognition. While growing a beard is expected, the Amish approach those who cannot grow facial hair due to genetics with compassion. The emphasis is not on the beard's length or thickness, but on one's intent to obey God's natural design. A man who cannot grow a full beard is not judged or penalized. Instead, the focus remains on the inner values of humility, discipline, and obedience. This flexibility reflects the Amish priority on spiritual devotion over physical perfection, further reinforcing their emphasis on inner character rather than outward appearances. The beard's absence does not diminish one's place in the community if the heart remains obedient. The Ordnung, an unwritten but strictly observed set of community rules, governs every aspect of Amish life, including beard policies. Violating these rules, such as growing a mustache, can be seen as an act of nonconformity that threatens community unity. Adherence to the Ordnung ensures that no individual elevates personal choices above communal values. Those who repeatedly disobey may face discipline or even shunning, a serious consequence in Amish society. This strict enforcement maintains social harmony and prevents personal pride from disrupting the community's spiritual and cultural balance. Through generations, Ordnung serves as a living law, binding them together as one disciplined faith family. Interestingly, while the Bible offers no direct commandment for Amish men to grow beards, the practice evolved from their cultural interpretations and historical experiences. Unlike women's head coverings, which are biblically referenced in Apostle Paul's letters, the beard represents the community's adaptation of Scripture into daily living. This blend of historical context, cultural evolution, and spiritual application has turned the beard into one of the strongest visual symbols of Amish identity, separating them from modern society and maintaining their commitment to a humble, God-centered life. The beard stands as a constant reminder of the values passed down from their persecuted ancestors. The beard tradition also connects to the Amish principle of Gelassenheit, which emphasizes surrender to God's will, humility, and self-denial. Amish men grow their beards after marriage as a public sign of accepting their responsibilities and embracing their roles within both family and faith. This simple act reinforces the value of community over individuality, where personal expression is limited to ensure that one's appearance always reflects submission, modesty, and devotion, rather than pride or vanity. Every strand of the beard carries silent testimony to the Amish man's rejection of prideful self-promotion so dominant in modern society. The Amish community's historical journey also shaped these practices. Originating from the Mennonite Swiss Brethren in 1692, they fled victimization and settled in Pennsylvania by the 1730s. Their lifestyle solidified into what we see today. No modern technology, self-sufficient farming, simple clothing, and strict adherence to religious customs. The beard without a mustache became one of the most recognizable features of their peaceful existence, visibly separating them from both the modern world and their historical oppressors. Their journey to escape persecution cemented their drive for total separation from anything resembling military or government power. Even during Rumspringa, a period when Amish youth temporarily experience life outside the community, the beard tradition remains vital. While young men may experiment during this phase, those who return and undergo baptism must fully adopt the Amish way, including growing a beard without a mustache. Roughly 90% choose to return, fully committing to the ordnung and reaffirming their lifelong dedication to the community's religious and cultural principles. This high return rate shows how deeply these traditions are anchored in Amish hearts and how powerfully their identity pulls them back to community and faith. Although some confuse Amish beard customs with Mennonites or Muslims, clear differences exist. Many Mennonites are clean-shaven, while the Amish strictly maintain the no mustache rule as part of their identity. In Islamic cultures, men grow beards following Prophet Muhammad's tradition but trim mustaches. For the Amish, even a trimmed mustache is unacceptable due to its link to militarism. For them, the beard is not fashion but a powerful declaration of peace, humility, and tradition. In today's fast-changing world, the Amish beard remains a strong symbol of enduring faith, discipline, and simple living, preserved through centuries of sacrifice and devotion. This tradition survives despite the growing pressures of modernity and constant cultural shifts. While outsiders chase trends, status, wealth, appearance, and technology, the Amish quietly maintain a facial identity that strongly resists all of it. The beard without mustache silently declares, "We choose peace over war, humility over pride, and God's will over worldly ambition." Even in today's visually obsessed, highly competitive culture, their plain appearance boldly rejects vanity, materialism, and self-centeredness. The beard is not mere facial hair. It is living testimony to the Amish soul, standing firm against every storm of modern influence and societal pressure. To wrap it all up, the Amish beard without a mustache is not just facial hair, it's a powerful symbol of faith, discipline, and nonviolence. From biblical roots to rejecting military associations, from marking lifelong marital commitment to standing firm against modern vanity, every strand reflects their dedication to God and community. Despite living in a world obsessed with appearances and trends, the Amish continue to embrace this simple yet profound tradition. But as modern pressures grow stronger, can these ancient customs still hold firm? Will future generations carry forward these values, or will modern life slowly blur the lines? Share your views in the comments, and for more such deep cultural insights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.